Hey, Patrick. Are you seeing us?
Yes, I am. Gordie and Alex, right?
You got it.
That's it.
How are you today?
Doing all right, man.
In the sound shack, I see.
We're in that very same sound shack. That's right.
Do you still have your place outside of Red Deer?
Yeah, we do, but we won't be there for a minute because, well, it seems we're here.
Yes.
The first flight that we canceled we were coming back to Red Deer for a visit for spring break.
Oh man, you guys have had some serious cancellations, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You think? Well, you know what though? I mean, man, every time our agents send us a down in the mouth, forlorn, please forgive us email saying, no, we're canceling till 2021, something. I'm like, that it's kind of rock star problems. I hate whingy rock stars talking about their rock star problems. You know what I mean? It's like, is anyone in your family sick? Is everybody okay? Like, I think in future generations, no one's going to remember and that was the fall that we had to cancel a tour. Okay, so and then what? But you lived and you still played the guitar another day. So I'm just trying to. I think healthy perspective is worth gold right now. It keeps you sane and not stressed because there's nothing you can do about it, right? So
yeah, I appreciate you saying that because I've been doing a number of these band interviews over the last month, and a lot of them are fairly young bands, fresh bands that don't necessarily have the years and years of experience that you do. So I think that there is a lot of doom and gloom, especially for some of those newer bands who are also—
You'll get used to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is actually like Rockstar College because get used to disappointment. There's more. Wait, there'll be more.
Big Sugar though was in a really, like, you were in a really weird position despite your healthy attitude towards it, where your album was supposed to come out March 27th, right?
Oh, dude, yes. You know what? This album was supposed to come out 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then we had to remake it, and then Gary Lowe passed away, and that was a crushing disappointment. And I mean, as it turns out, life gets in the way of your lifestyle sometimes. Like you gotta just roll. You gotta roll with it. And so we were thinking, okay, let's delay the record release till when? In the time I'm going to wait, I could make another record for y'all. So let's just put this one out. People are at home needing entertainment. They're listening to stuff. They're finding stuff online. It's a great time to release a record. It's a great time to put out music. That at least gives people something to take their mind off their problems,
Absolutely. So with that being said, the new record release is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And in 31 or 32 hours, you will be on YouTube. From what I understand, playing the whole thing. Is that what I'm understanding from the Sound Shack?
Rockstar Karaoke. Because I made the record here, I engineered it and mixed it and everything. What I've been able to do in my downtime, I've made a mix of the record and just took all of my parts off of the recording. And so I'll play my guitar parts and my vocal parts live, just like I would in a concert with the virtual Big Sugar behind me.
Am I the virtual Big Sugar?
No, you're the, she'll be
engineer.
The audio engineer, and our daughter will be the cinematographer. This is our homespun broadcast center here from Austin, Texas. It's kind of stressful because you don't know who's in front of you, but then I'm reminded by the little cursor on the screen that 10,000 people just heard that. So it's kind of great in a way that I'm at home. I will be wearing pants, by the way. It'll be waist up shots, but just to let people know, I will actually wear pants, even though you could get away with it. I could be not wearing pants now.
Me
I
too.
love that about the new reality. See, so we're on equal footing. Nobody will ever really know the truth. It is fun at the end of the day, though, to at least have a medium for entertaining people and putting stuff out there, and I get to play guitar. Wow, I've played more guitar in the last month than in recent memory. Just all this stuff.
How has the whole pandemic been in your neck of the woods?
Austin is a complete ghost town. Not that I go out. I mean, I'm really taking this whole thing to heart. I'm not in a hurry to see how robust my immune system is. I'm good just to stay at home with family. And luckily we live in a rural area too, so it's quite easy to not see people for weeks on end.
Right.
And I'm a studio guy. I'm used to that. She's a farm girl. She's used to that. We see animals every day. With people, not so much. So that works out okay for us. I can see how that is a strain on a lot of folks, though. Even just our friends who live in the city of Austin, they're going kind of crazy. Just they're used to being out every night and mixing and mingling with folks and musicians and going to jams. And I miss that too. But I'm good to wait it out.
Well, and I think the news portrays a lot more activity than what we're seeing here. Certainly the friends we have around here, everyone's hunkered down and still staying home, even though they've had they've started the graduated openings. But don't take every shot on the news as everything that's happening down here, because people are definitely respecting the social distancing and the grocery shopping parameters and all that.
That's a good point, Alex. Like, how boring would that news report be if it was just focusing on the people like us who are staying at home?
Right. Look at everybody.
And I gotta say, man, I love the fact that even with this haircut and a bandana across my face, I can go to the bank drive-through and go to the teller and go, "Hey, I'm not a bandit. I'm just respecting social distancing. Give me all your money."
Give me all my money.
I mean, give me all my money.
That's really funny. Well, I'm glad you guys are staying safe, and I'm glad you're staying engaged and clearly busy. I mean, like I said, with the timeline that Big Sugar was supposed to have pre-pandemic, the way that you've adapted throughout has been pretty cool to see, much like most other creatives and artists that are taking time to engage and entertain their fans on social media. It's something we wouldn't have been able to do 10, 20 years ago, right?
2 years ago.
Right.
I mean, it's really, even in just the last couple of months, the technology, the companies that make this stuff have figured out ways to get better quality audio out your iPhone. So we've, for a couple $100, bought some gear and made a few upgrades in here to be able to put, top quality audio out just on a cell phone. It is pretty remarkable. And it is good for our mental state too, just to be able to, we're not just stuck in here with no alternatives.
We have no clean closets.
We haven't cleaned our closets. No.
Nothing's clean.
All these people, how many Netflix series I haven't watched any Netflix. I've been creating content. I want to watch the Tiger Guy thing too. Come on, man.
Well, maybe once the album is out tomorrow night, you can take a little bit of a vacation, yeah?
We'll do some quality binge watching as soon as this is over.
With you doing this release on YouTube tomorrow, and you explained the process of how you're setting it up and who's going to be involved. You said you made mixes specifically for tomorrow. Like, how long has this process been? How long have you been working on putting this together?
Well, I was it's hard to run a clock on it because I'm in the studio every day anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm constantly working on our audio with our own studio now. So I'm going back into archival stuff and putting together reggae remixes and making reggae versions of some of our classic stuff. We don't control a lot of the original recordings if they were with record labels back in the 90s. So we, over the years, recorded reggae versions of a lot of our songs. I was doing that anyway, so I already had those tracks kind of ready to play to and jam to. So I've just done a couple of, guitar noodling videos, putting up rhythm track from Brothers and Sisters, Are You Ready? And just playing a guitar solo, and guitar dudes watch that, and that's fun. So I just took it from there and evolved the idea to just putting up the mixes, and everything being digital now, it's quite easy to recall a mix, put it up, and just mute a few things and print it again. So I mean, I'm actually working on some stuff. We had some requests in the comments on some of our other streams, so I've actually put together some rhythm tracks for songs I didn't have to be able to
couple bonus tracks, yeah,
play requests. So
a big learning curve too is trying to figure out, like Gordie said, even in the last couple of months, the change in technology and options. So what software are we going to use? Are we going to do multi-camera? All the things you could do. And it's amazing how high quality we can just, have a simple stream off an iPhone 11 Pro. And
if the weather holds out, I'll do it outside tomorrow, which would be really cool too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful night sky with a full moon. It's not too windy. I mean, there's a lot of factors. It's kind of like festival season. I can't count how many last minute shows or freezing cold summer festival shows we played. So I might have to brave the elements tomorrow. I'd really like to put the show on.
Are you so rural that you don't have to warn your neighbors ahead of time?
Correct. Yes. We just basically replicated our Red Deer home down in Texas. So we have a south rural home and a north rural home.
Well, congrats on the new record. We've been really digging the better it gets here at the Drive.
Nice.
It's an earworm.
Thank you very much for spinning it. We sure appreciate it. You guys were early out of the gate on it, and we were like, yeah, hometown.
The new record out, finally. You've had a few crazy years. I'm assuming your whole career has been pretty wild at times, but especially in the last couple of years, you've suffered quite a bit. I think that's fair to say, right?
It was a hard ride.
Mm-hmm.
Parts of it. Yeah.
But it got us to a much better place,
I'm excited to hear the rest of the record and hear how that translates through the music.
Well, the whole story's there. Yeah, the whole story's on the record, and the album definitely stays on message. And even we did a cover on the album. Big Sugar likes to do a good old cover song every once in a while. We pick a goodie like we did with Let It Ride, Dear Mr. Fantasy. We've had a couple of good ones over the years. So Love Is Alive by Gary Wright, we sugarized it and put it on this record. And same thing, just because the lyrics were so connected to what was going on in our lives at the time. So, that song really hit home for us. So I thought, man, if you're going to pick one, let's put that in the mix with it. So
if you were in front of a fan or a new listener and you were handing them Eternity Now, the new record, is there a message, is there something you'd say to them, some wisdom you'd impart on them before they went into listening to it?
No. I think you should. I think it's better if it's a cold call. I think if you just put it on, if what you love is the drum sounds, hopefully the lyrical message is somehow, through osmosis get into you. And for some people, they hear the lyric first and that appeals to them. And if they can identify with it and relate to it, then cool.
Well, hello.
Yeah. Sorry, she's complaining. She's like, Papa, pick me up.
Who's this?
This is Pippin. This is my Chihuahua pedal. She came right off my pedal board, man. It's just my Chihuahua pedal. It's part of my tone.
Look at that dog. That is a good looking dog.
Pippin.
It's only one of
we have
the studio animals. There's no privacy in here, man.
Do you have more guitars or more animals?
We still
guitars are still. Yeah,
we had a herd of cattle that might have been close, but now we don't. We don't have so many head of livestock. So yeah, I think guitars are winning.
Well, is there anything else you want to say about the new record, or to our listeners here in Red Deer about Big Sugar in the future, whether that's 2020 or 2021 or?
Well, it's exciting. The new record's coming out tomorrow, Eternity Now. It's coming out on vinyl as well, so people can order that. You can you don't have to wait till the stores open. You can order it online and get your electric blue vinyl. Ooh. Eternity Now. And once we got talking with our record label about doing the new record on vinyl, the conversation started up about some of our older records that never came out on vinyl because it was the 90s. You didn't make vinyl records back then. So heated, Hemi-Vision, 500 pounds. In the next 12 months, we're kind of scrambling around getting archival materials together and remixing and resequencing and remastering and getting all this stuff together to put some of our classic stuff out on vinyl. So in the next 12 months, there'll be, for Big Sugar fans, man, there will be a lot of cool, new, old stuff to get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
How important has vinyl been to you throughout your life, Gordie? Like, is that something that you've collected?
It was the biggest moving expense, right? That moving truck went by weight.
Yeah, she goes to the receipts, I'm telling you. Yeah, it was the heaviest single item that went on the truck. And I've continued collecting, and now our kids collect vinyl as well. So that's started. So our house is kind of overrun with vinyl records. You know, from time to time I would go into Austin and DJ at night and just play old blues and rockabilly and soul records and all kinds of stuff. So that also gave me an excuse to go out every week and buy a sack full of records. So vinyl. Having our own stuff out on vinyl is really, there's an affirmation there. I mean, that sounds, to me, that's a proper record.
Yeah, I never really thought about that, being a band for so long and not having access to your tunes through wax.
Yeah, those original records didn't come out on
our later records. Revolution Per Minute, Yard Style, Calling All the Youth. We pressed vinyl for all of those, but it's going to be exciting to have the whole catalog, available.
Yeah, and you said Electric Blue, is that what it was?
Ooh, yeah, it's really cool. Why don't we have one down here?
Well, that's very exciting. I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of the album. I've heard, I think, 3 songs that I've heard on Wonder Woman, The Better It Gets, and there's one other that the name is
Love is Alive. So Better It Gets and Love is Alive, the videos are both out on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Wonder Woman video is going to be released tomorrow, and after the album release, we're going to get back to making more videos. We've somehow agreed to make a video for every song on the album this year. So.
And are you just doing that at home?
Turns out the software is kind of the same. When you're making records on a computer, or you're doing graphic layout, video production, all that stuff, it's very similar. I mean, you're just manipulating digital files. So I got neck deep in video production. So I did all of our videos. We shot them. You can shoot a video on an iPhone now. You can shoot a movie on an iPhone. So we shot it ourselves, edited it all together, shot all the B-roll, and edited the thing and made it look pretty. So we're able to do all that ourselves now.
And that includes the music video for The Better It Gets.
Yeah,
I wondered. So when did you record that before the pandemic, before all of the great isolation of 2020 started?
Yeah, we were able to shoot footage for 3 or 4 videos when we had the band here, and we had intended to do more. We were sort of in the middle of a period of having rehearsals, and guys live in different countries, different cities. We'd all converge here, rehearse for a week, hang out, shoot some footage. So we're going to do that every couple of weeks leading up to festival season. And
So The Better It Gets was the one after, because it's just you and I.
Yeah.
So we didn't have footage of anybody else for that.
Okay. It was very well done.
The 2 of us.
Yeah, it turned out very well.
Yeah.
Seems like most bands are putting out isolation videos, and they're all very, very cool. But there's something about yours for some reason. I had a feeling it was done before because it seemed very well produced. So
it was all done here.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm glad you said that, because it really was like 12:30 at night, and it was a gentle rain. I was like, I don't have enough footage. Okay, here, give me my white jacket, baby. Hold the camera. Let's turn on that light. Standing out in the rain playing the guitar once. Okay, is that good? We're good. Okay, throw the footage in the hard drive, and yeah.
And in true rock and roll fashion, we look better at 3 a.m. than we did at the shots for 3 p.m.
Right? I know.
I don't know.
Oh, weird times.
Everyone's at home isolated. Now they know what it's like to live on a tour bus.
right?
My days are getting turned around. I slept till 3 and I stayed up till 4 in the morning, and I watched an entire series on Netflix, and I don't know what day it is. Yeah. Now you know. You're on a tour bus. I watched 9 seasons of The Sopranos in one sitting and drank 2 bottles of gin. You're on a tour bus.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Now you know.
Well, one of these days you'll be back at it, and hopefully here in Red Deer too.
I
Yes.
guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like it's been a minute since a Big Sugar show in Red Deer.
It
Yeah,
has.
it's been a while.